As I reflect on the last few perfectly imperfect last few days, I am just amazed at how many times I have been bullied. And yes, I will use the word bullied by the thought of being perfect or the temptation to be perfect. I'll say that because it absolutely was a choice. And I absolutely had a choice in the matter. And those of you who have watched my previous video knows that I was getting ready for a family housewarming today, and it went great. It was so nice to have family in the home and just be able to share my space, and it was great just to be able to celebrate with family. And so obviously with that comes lots of preparation, just getting last minute decorations for the home decor, I should say, last minute decor for the home just to kind of finish up some spaces and preparing to get food for the celebration as well. And so I was doing a lot of running around to different stores, and each time, and even as I was getting the house prepared, each time, and in several moments, I really had to fight the urge to be perfect. And I absolutely love that I was raised in a house that had standards. And my mom is still an exceptional entertainer. And so those are big shoes to fill. And she taught us everything she knew from a very young age. And she had this saying that still rings true to this very day. She said, presentation means everything, is everything. Excuse me. Presentation is everything. And so I remember as a little girl cutting slices of watermelon, chunks of watermelon, and other types of melon, and preparing scones and ironing tablecloths and all kinds of things as she's preparing to host a ladies' tea at the home. We're Southern, so we were definitely hosting ladies' teas. And so I love that I had that experience as a young girl and being able to see and experience a woman who cared so much and who put so much detail into hosting and to um, creating an experience for others. And I really cherish and appreciate that I had that experience. And now being an older adult and having the opportunity to create an experience for others, I've carried that with me my whole life. But it's a two-edged sword, is what I'm coming to understand. And it's no fault of her own because all of that has to be ran through a filter because it's if you're not careful, if I was not careful, I can allow the presentation is everything be an excuse to allow myself to work myself into a perfectionist frenzy. And I was very tempted to do that on several occasions and already working on a very limited um, energy capacity just with being busy from the holiday season, the New Year season. So, not getting as much time to socially recover is very challenging to have such a quick turnaround for someone who is an introvert, which is no excuse because it's not, I'm not trying to use that as an excuse, but I am very aware of how much it takes for me to be able to recharge. So not being at a full social battery is challenging enough. And then having to do other things associated with life adds to it. And so there was a big challenge in wanting to push myself beyond what I knew I really was, even mentally and physically capable of. And I give God praise because He really helped me with having the strength to be able to just get these last minute projects done around the house, as well as I believe it's the Holy Spirit because where I am working on in my being a recovering perfectionist, this really was an opportunity for me to fall right back into that same cycle. But choosing this time that I wasn't going to allow myself to do that, that this time, that where I am today, that my 100% today is enough. And it may not be that every single baseboard in this house gets clean. Not every nook and cranny gets clean. I may not have 3 charcuterie boards and a 5-course meal and 6 desserts for 8 people. And I may not have every single piece of decor that I want, looking like one of those home and garden or one of those home magazines or Pinterest boards. It may not look like that because I'm choosing to work within my means. I'm choosing to work within my physical and mental means and emotional means. Because even when I found myself today at Kroger, starting like picking up items for the food, I was getting stuck on what dessert to even purchase and finding myself ready to have a mental breakdown. And I was like, enough. Pick something and go. Because we're not doing this. Whatever we choose is going to be fine. It's going to be perfectly imperfect. But what we're not going to do is stand here in this bakery for 15 minutes trying to decide what flavor profiles work best together. We are on limited time and we are already at 50% capacity and we are going downhill quick and we still got to finish cleaning. So pick something and go. Same thing with trying to figure out the rest of the food situation. And I'll tell you this, after I just took that mindset, it was smooth sailing. And I even found myself getting an energy reserve back, like tapping into an energy reserve I didn't even know that I had because I was feeling so exhausted. I was feeling so tired because I was using so much brain power allowing myself to fall into the temptation of trying to be perfect. For what? My family is still going to love me if I don't have the perfect charcuterie board. They're going to love me they're going to love me regardless. Maybe a piece of dust rolls across their foot. they're still going to love me. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ensure that I'm going to do clean to the best of my abilities. I'm going to make sure that the house is in tip top shape within reason. It's going to be clean. It's going to be nice. It's going to be presentable. But am I going to turn this house inside out? No. No, I'm not. I'm going to work well within my means. And it was so beautiful because I was able to doing that because I was working on a very tight timeline, very tight, so tight, a very tight timeline. I had not a minute to spare. And doing that allowed me to be able to get things done quickly. And it just freed me up. And by the time people walked through this door, I wasn't so strung out on stress that I couldn't enjoy anybody. And so I am just appreciative of where I am. Was it a perfect experience as far as not falling into temptation? I was falling into temptation, but I'm glad I stopped myself. I'm glad I stopped myself because I think with the perfectionism, I'll speak for myself. When perfectionism comes from wanting to care so much, but also what I'm hearing right now, it's performance. It's performance. Performing for what? For whom? No, we're putting that down. I'm putting that all the way down because I choose softness. I choose an ease with my excellence. I choose to take the load off, put it down, and enjoy my life and enjoy having the experience, not to be so high strung that by the time this event rolls around, I don't even want to see anybody walk through this house because I'm like, I done did so much. I'm don't even care anymore. And so I know this is kind of random and this is just coming off the heels of the housewarming today. And yeah, it's still a work in progress, but I'm glad that I didn't go there. I didn't go there. And I'm listening. I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to listen to what my body needs right now, and that is rest. My body needs to recharge desperately. It needs a hot shower with lots of eucalyptus everything, lavender everything. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to recharge and I'm going to get back. I'm going to go all the way down to zero so I can get back up to 100. And so that's just my rambling reflection. And I hope you have a good rest of your day and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.